It's Monday, Jeff. You know what that means? It's
MLW
time. Review time. We're watching wrestling tonight. It's me. It's Mr. Thomas. I'm here live on location in Tampa 2 weeks in a row. I think that's a record. With me, my co-host, Dose Evil, Mr. Jeff. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm just tired, helping, barely good at it.
How much wrestling did you watch this weekend? Over or under 20 hours?
Under 20 hours.
Brother, I watched these last two SummerSlams back to back, and it felt like I owed them time served for whatever I didn't watch since the last major pay-per-view, because it was a lot of content and not a lot of wrestling, which was also an issue I had with this wrestling show that we're going to cover in a couple minutes here. A lot of connecting the dots between matches. I'm trying to tone down the amount of times I say the word litigious, and I'm trying to tone down my cursing, and I'm going to bring it down a notch and just say there's just a lot of time, a lot of fluff. You know my word that I like to stretch out for fluffery. A lot of that in between some wrestlings this weekend, but too much wrestling for me. So when I woke up this morning and remembered that we had a hot date at 6:00 p.m. tonight, I was not in the best of moods to be watching more wrestling on a Monday. But here we are.
Hot as fusion.
Fusion.
Hot as nuclear fusion. Yes. 51 minutes and change this week. A far cry from the 37-minute episode last week.
I like this week's episode, though, in different ways. We'll get to it. I'm going to pull up my notes. Anything we need to talk about that's non-MLW or wrestling related or worlds that cross paths before we dive into it?
I mean, if you want, we can ponder about SummerSlam. If there was anything that you loved, anything that you hated, if you think the right people won, that you got a Dr. Pepper and we're open to sponsorship by Dr. Pepper Zero, that you just spilled Dr. Pepper on yourself.
Splashy splash for the dog on the floor. I was trying to get the camera angle.
That's right. Don't caffeinate your dogs, ladies and gentlemen. Don't caffeinate your dogs.
One of the things I'm going to rant about here, since COVID's been back in the headlines.
Why?
I don't know. Something about Supreme Court. I don't know. Whatever. A bunch of questions. People pleading the fifth. I don't know. I don't want to get into politics here. But one of the things that has affected my life personally and the wrestling business is the lack of wrestling watch parties since the COVID virus blew out whatever people did. Leaving the house, I guess, would be the saying. Previously, now also I lived in a very rich wrestling neighborhood of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So you could go down to the local Fox and Hounds, a generic place that just had wrestling on. I guess they also probably had UFC, but it was one of the few places that encouraged wrestling. So I remember vividly watching TLC, Randy Orton, John Cena last match ever at that one. But I tried to look up a SummerSlam watch party here in Tampa to no avail. Nothing. There's nothing.
Weird.
Maybe I'll start my own watch party.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. You should have.
I'm leaning towards. I wouldn't charge money because I'm not that type of person. But I'm just very upset. We used to be able to go to like a Miller's or maybe like a Chicky and Pete's or even like a local place that would have some type of watch party. I guess we don't really have. What was that dude's name? Cheese? Professional wrestler named Cheese, based out of Florida. That dude would always have like some weird wrestling trivia watch party.
Cheeseburger?
No, just Cheese.
I don't know. I remember my kid in fourth grade was in the play The Cheese Stands Alone.
Cheese does stand alone. Cheese stands alone. I do know him. His Instagram is at the Cheese Pro. He's a real professional wrestler, not to be confused with Cheeseburger, who I did train with at the ROH dojo in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
So you train with him, yet he's not a real professional wrestler?
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. You put words in my mouth.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to clarify your words because people love Cheeseburger, even though he looks ridiculous.
People do love Cheeseburger. I don't know what I said. I was kind of just yapping, but if I disparage Cheeseburger or his wrestling, he's a far better wrestler than I'll ever pretend to be.
Okay, there we go. You love Cheeseburger. That's good. And I love it.
My point is, Cheese used to have watch parties down here in like the St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa Bay area, and I just wish we had something like that because I feel like there's a community for professional wrestling. And no offense to Big Kev, I don't feel like driving to Orlando for watch parties. I know there's a bunch up there. But
my friend Chris arranged some at the Dollhouse. But yeah, I would think Tampa, which is where like 77% of all wrestlers live.
88. I will say probably I could go to like Hogan's like beach house or beach club or whatever the fuck that place is called, but that just doesn't
work for your brother.
Yeah, the one I will say the last time I was there, I always remember that people from Florida also vacation in Florida, which is an issue when you're trying to like not be around Floridians. So yeah, gross. But 6 minutes of ranting. We're avoiding this at all possible calls here. What do you think about this show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
I'm going to go thumbs in the middle for now, but subject to change as I go through and remember. I mean, they were definitely continuity things that I liked. I like when they remember past shows, even if it's not, we don't see it on screen. Oh,
hold the phone. I don't take notes unless I'm watching the show, but I did tweet out something last night. The first ever simultaneous MLW World Tag Team Champion and WWE United States title holder, Baron Corbin on the show.
That's right. The dual
combination of things that I would never expect in the history of my life. I know there was a few like overlaps here where like maybe Eddie Guerrero had like the Intercontinental title and maybe like a CMLL title along the way when he was on the Indies at some point, which is kind of weird. He just didn't make it back yet. Or I think it was the IWA Mid-South, something bullshit. Which I think is a rare variety to have too. But for someone in some WWE to hold a title anywhere else at the same time is just so rare and unlikely. And I feel like it's gotten overlooked because we're forgetting that we're running simultaneous television. And again, shout out MLW. He's been on WWE TV for 5 weeks now, and they still have content. And it seems like they're promoting a match 2 weeks from now.
That's right. We don't know which two of the three skyscrapers are going to be there.
There's at least 2 more weeks of Baron Corbin on everything MLW and WWE related, which is like, shout out to him.
No, absolutely.
I don't know what this does for the business. I don't know what that equates in dollars, other than like this whole like fictitious Rick Rude like stigma of like it actually giving a fuck or maybe mattering. And like he might have been on WWE on Saturday for all I know. I don't know which night his match was. I did watch it.
It was Sunday. It was yesterday.
Oh, hey, Miles, man.
Yeah, he won that U.S. championship. It was yesterday, I think. Now that I say it, I'm not so confident any longer.
Yeah, it was yesterday. There was a lot of black guys on
last night.
Okay.
Last night.
There you go. A lot of black guys on last night.
I mean it. It's not a bad thing.
But like, it's a funny thing to say.
Well, he wrestled 2 of them. The black. When I mean black, I mean like black as this fucking microphone, brother. I digress. Well, let's get back to the show. Damo shaved his back while we're talking about headlines here. I don't know if this happened. Like obviously this is post-release, but this has been a very hairy individual. And for those who have not seen the before picture of Big Damo, he's like old man curly back hairs, hairy. But he shaved his shoulder.
George the Animal Steel.
Worse, but he did hit it with the trim. Like I know he's married, and he had the old lady like just hit the buzz. I don't mind that. It's not weird. It looks so much better. He's still got the big barrel chest, and for the record, he's a big, thick human.
Yes.
Kind of gross, almost like fucking disgusting. Like in me personally, in a lot, like just from a professional wrestler aesthetic. As someone who was, the Tampa Bay Pro was just this past weekend, I wouldn't consider myself a professional bodybuilder and judge, but this is a one fat round motherfucker. But he also looks strong though. But it's just gross that he's
solid fat. It's different. I have seen grosser. I've seen grosser in this very episode.
I've seen grosser in the mirror, but this dude's out there nothing but a pair of tighties, and he's solid human. I want to know what his shoot weight is. Maybe like 350.
I was going to wait on the segment for it, but I've got to say, his tights need to go. He needs to change his ring gear. That is.
I love that we put the fashion of the fashion segment goes straight to the front this week.
Listen, I like a monster. I do, but I don't like a monster that has Spanx and let's just say. It somehow doesn't show off his Jolly Rogers. It's
fair.
Yeah, like maybe long pants would.
But I think we were right to mention this because his promo aired first, and it was just the reiteration of what happened with the Contra, the selling of who's coming for Contra, which we'll get an answer to tonight. I think it replayed him attacking and building towards the main event, which I liked. And then we cut right into the Fusion intro, which I kind of like that song, and I like the intro. I think the intro changes every week, so
yeah, they have. They've added people. They put I have to remember this, the Glasgow boys on top in there as well. So,
which I liked, because if you're going to go, I was trying to play the game of who do I miss this episode, and I almost got to missing Matt Riddle before we got a segment of his. I'm jumping ahead, but I like putting people in the video to let them know that, hey, they're not here this week, but they'll be back next week.
Well, I also like that they're changing it week by week as the cast changes. It just shows you that they're paying attention and they're trying to do continuity. And if they're changing the intro, it means they're likely editing and doing other things, which not doing that seemed to be some of our gripes when we first started doing the show.
Staying current and concurrent. I like it.
Right. So we're still in FantasticaMania in Charleston. Yeah. And our first match is a
trios match.
Yeah, six-person lucha, meaning that there doesn't have to be any tags. There just has to be one. Out. That's right.
As a former World Tag Team Champion who held his title for 295 days under Lucha rules, I can only say Lucha rules add so much more excitement to a match, and it allows so much more. I'm going to burp right now, so you take it away.
Okay. So the interesting thing about the Baron Corbin thing is that these are promotions that are not cooperating with each other while he'll hold simultaneous titles. But this was a good showing of promotions that work with each other and treat each other's talent with respect. Unlike a promotion where the CMLL Women's Champion and the CMLL Men's Heavyweight Champion is the pin eater on every show, despite, I'm sure, being paid 3 times their normal rate. So
they didn't. Well, listen here. I hate bringing politics into
this is
anything, let alone professional wrestling. But when I mean politics, this goes into wrestling politics, where unfortunately, watching this match through my wrestler eyes, the first thing I thought was, who's doing the pinfall here? And I think it's pretty obvious if you look at the menu who was most likely going to take the pinfall, which is fine. We'll get to that in a minute. But Aries was out first. I'm not sure why Último Guerrero is heel. I think it just kind of fit this week in context.
But he came out as a face. He came out slapping hands.
Yeah, sure. He's over. He can't fucking not cheer an old man. I need some reiteration on pronunciation here. I have this written for me to.
Yes, I know what your problem is, and I'm going to tell you that they did make it easy, because when they announced him initially, they called it DOUKI. But during the match,
I was hearing
DOUKI.
I heard Toki. I was hearing Tuki and Toki the entire time, to the point where I had it written in as like, I was Tiki with an I. Like I was like Tiiiki is how I had it originally. I went back and changed it to Tookie, because after looking it up to find out the validity of him, for some reason I heard IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Turns out he was a former 2-time, and that's where it's DOUKI. His name is DOUKI.
That's right. Part of the House of Torture faction, which used to be part of Suzuki.
DOUKI. Right. We're talking fucking shit and caca here. Dick and ball jokes all of a sudden.
That's right. Well, we are sponsored, or this network sponsored by Dude Wipe, so it's a good. But they originally called him DOUKI, and then they moved to DOUKI, which made me laugh the whole thing, because
it should.
Okay, good.
It's a running shit joke. I don't like running shit, but I'll take a running shit joke all day.
Well, Aries, before the faces come in, cuts a promo. Basically says this is the greatest championship in all professional wrestling because it's his. He tells his partners that he's the leader, and they just need to listen to what he says, and everything is going to be just fine. I put in parentheses right then, clearly that's going to be a problem. And then he points out that Místico, no more ducking me. We're gonna meet in the ring.
Side note, put your blinders on here for a quick second and just let's just pretend this is real. Him saying that he'll just take the lead to a man who speaks Japanese and the other guy that speaks Spanish and that neither of them speak English is too much credit for his dumbness, but I like that there. I don't like him as a person, so we can move on from this second.
We know. I'm waiting for said he's not good at being tall while he's eye to eye with Místico, who apparently also is not good at being tall. That
production. What was that note? I just heard a production note.
You only hear understand the words coming out of my mouth.
Oh, see? Listen. You heard him. I'm here for a good rush hour joke.
All right. Well, listen. El Desperado came out, which I swear years ago people were telling me this is the best wrestler in the world and that everybody was putting their wallets out for him. All I can tell you is the man had a horrid case of back knee, or he fell into a thorn bush back first earlier in the day.
Listen, I don't understand why it's easy to clear your skin up, especially in the country of Mexico where you don't have to go through a doctor to get a prescription. But if for some reason you're an American citizen and you're having a hard time getting a discount on prescription drugs, please check out ScriptKingRx.com. Script like prescriptions, King like King Booka, RX like them drugs.com. Screenshot your discount card and present it to your pharmacist when you drop off or pick up your prescription at any pharmacy nationwide. But yeah, let's talk about our boy Desperado. Take a little doxycycline for your back, brother. 4 days of that, 2 tabs a day, clear you right up. Come back to see me next week. And get your girl to put some moisturizer on it. Damn, get them fucking, gotta get in there and get them ingrowns out of there, brother.
Yeah, something's going on. Diego Hill comes out, and of course, Austin Aries reminds him that he almost killed him last time, which good. He should remind him that he almost killed him. And Místico, who is carrying the CMLL Light Heavyweight Championship, not a good-looking belt.
A little old and dingy, but keep in mind, even when Macho Man won that Intercontinental title and it looked a little dingy, it'll make sense at some time. But listen, they just broke the record for most consecutive sellouts in the history of life. Let's get some new titles or some new cast iron on the copper or whatever.
Right. I mean, Tony Khan's got to be paying you big referral fees to have your champions losing 17 times a week.
Repolishing is needed.
Yeah. I had a real question for you here because when I saw that Místico jacket, that red racing jacket, that thing, I'm like, Thomas, you have got to get yourself a fly jacket like that.
Love that. I have a closet full of jackets. I love this jacket. I went back and watched his entrance on the MLW Twitter page just to remember how much I love this jacket. I'm going to cut to the ring, to the chase here, to the match.
Right.
Since we're on the topic of fashion and jackets, my only note before we get into the wrestling here is Místico sells a jacket whip from Último Guerrero like it was a fucking weight belt brother.
Yes.
When I mean sell, I mean on his knees begging because Último Guerrero whipped him with either his own jacket or was it his own? Yeah, fucking great. Just great. Workers working.
That's right. It was like Bianca Belair was in there with the braid. It's like the avatar of the braid.
And got shot in the back with a fucking slingshot.
Yes.
On his knees. How the betrayal.
Right. I thought I missed something. And then, no, it was just a jacket.
This could be a feud because 1995 In Your House was based around Jacques Rougeau stealing Bret Hart's jacket, for fuck's sakes.
Stealing clothes in wrestling is a tried and true trope.
Listen,
at some point,
I'd add on Trick Williams.
Oh, for sure. I heard the crowd chanting "Boomaye" at some point, but apparently it might have just been "Boo Yay." I'm not sure.
Yeah, that part.
All right.
A little back and forth.
There were cheap shots taken on Místico to get him a little bit out of sorts, and Aries kept playing mind games to stay out of the ring, even though he wanted Místico. Místico had to work for it. Now, listen, this is my little funny comment because they keep saying that 1 million people paid to see Místico in 2025 alone. And I have to believe that there's at least one other wrestler that was on every single card that Místico was on. And that wrestler should do like an Andrew the Giant Everett thing and say that, no, they paid to see me. I sold over 1 million tickets.
It's literally Diego Hall or Último Guerrero. It's actually Último Guerrero. He's in this match. And if you notice, these two have definitely worked together because the chemistry, uncanny.
Yes. Okay. The Lawler quote for me of the week was then when there were some of those cheap shot punches. Lawler says, Dombrowski, I wish some of those punches were on you. It's mean.
Tom just trolls for the sake of trolling.
I know. Poor Dombrowski. I mean, first me with the toupee and then this.
I got to take this phone call. So I'm going to put this on mute and I'm going to come right back.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So here we go. The heels get it so that it's 3 of them on poor Diego. And at this point, we got the MLW.com commercial. And I have to tell you that MLW has more and better merchandise than AEW. And, and they market it more and better. And that's inexcusable. inexcusable. Now you could argue that MLW maybe needs the merch sales more than AEW, and I've been to both shows. MLW actually has the same level, like a better merch selection at live shows as well, or no worse than AEW size wise, but selection wise, much better. And I AEW's never really been good at that, and I don't know why. I don't understand it. I know they made a deal with Pro Wrestling Tees and all that, but sheesh, let Pro Wrestling Tees have a booth there or something. Fly them in, whatever. I don't understand it. All right. Finally, we get to Místico getting his one-on-one with Aries, and this is why Thomas is conveniently taking a phone call. He's faking it because we have for weeks heard about Austin Aries being short and not good at being tall. He's standing there with Místico. They're exactly the same height. Meanwhile, contemporaneously, Thomas has been telling us that Místico is the best wrestler in the world and the greatest, and he is great. And listen, I know he doesn't like Austin Aries very much. I'm sure there's good reasons for it, but I don't think Austin Aries is dumb. I think he's weird. I think he, is prone to, like independent thinking, which, sometimes lends itself to conspiracy thoughts and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of that in the fight game, even if it's the fake fight game. Because, if your entire career is basically a work, but it's also real, wouldn't you believe in conspiracies, which are works, but are also real? So, and I know Austin Aries isn't the nicest guy in the world, doesn't have the greatest professional reputation, but he's good at wrestling and he's smart. And so, Thomas, what do you have to say about Austin Aries and Místico being exactly the same height?
Imagine being the same height as the greatest wrestler in the world and just not being as good as him. So, you could be a lot of things. You could be tall or you could be Místico. You're neither of those things, so you're just bitter.
So the claim is he's not the one, he's not the only, but he's definitely not the one and only.
Which is cool, which is fine. And I apologize for my absence real quick. I'll just add my quick notes here. This was a great match, basic storytelling, which is all you really needed. Good guy, bad guy. Very good. Obviously, Místico's the best in the world, without a doubt. Great lucha spots, especially the 2-on-1, where it was Guerrero and Desperado up against Místico. I thought that was obviously good action because these guys work together, consecutively every night in Mexico. Místico for the win on the old man, 28 minutes. The match was about 26. The segment went for a couple more, which I think is where we're at. 28 minutes of television, taking out the 90-second demo promo at the beginning. That's a lot of time to eat up, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, this was half the show. The only issue I have is that Wrestling Law 101, which I know doesn't always apply in all promotions, is that Místico should have gotten the win over Austin Aries to set up their title match. It would have made more sense.
Excuse me. I saw this coming from a mile away. I assumed it would be Diego Hall when it came out. But then, for some reason, Diego Hall wasn't going to beat someone from Japan, and he wasn't going to beat Aries for some other reason. I'm not sure. But obviously, when you're talking politics, Último Guerrero has no problem doing the JOB.
Right.
And it doesn't get any beef
35 years.
Beef between offices. I only know this, and I'll tell people this. If you're questioning my credentials, I was only 1 degree away from Mike Quackenbush a lot of times. And one of those times happened to be a King of Trios weekend where the year before we won, so 2012, we almost won on accident because the Final Four was our team of Devastation Corporation, a more or less a New Japan team of the Bullet Club, AJ Styles and the Young Bucks, and it was Team AAA, which was Drago, Aerostar, and Phoenix. Crazy. So there was a time where you obviously wanted which two teams in the finals, and I forget who the fourth team was at this exact second, but it was one of those weekends where they couldn't figure out who was going to take a fall on who. Yada yada yada. God bless Nick Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, Nick Jackson. Okay.
God bless Nick Jackson. Obviously, but again, a weird New Japan, AAA. No one wants to lose because this is still real, brother. And this is 15 years ago, not even. So I say that when it comes to politics, I assume it still exists at least on some level, especially with the working companies. There's hierarchy to this shit.
Okay, and I could also see that Austin Aries wouldn't want to lose at all. It's just, I mean, that's wrestling, TV wrestling rule law. But okay, fine.
TV wrestling rules is the heel champion should absolutely take the loss in a tag team match to the challenger 100% of the time. But I understand why you thought that, but I'm not sure why it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then someone named Julio Cesar Romero, who I guess is the ring announcer for CMLL, comes out, and all I'm thinking is, that's not my Cesar. That's not my Cesar Duran, and it's not my Cesar Romero either. My Cesar Romero is the Joker from the
My Cesar Romero has a mustache under that face paint.
Damn right he did. Damn right he did. Anyway, he speaks in Spanish for a while about something or other, and there were subtitles, but I didn't write them down because I didn't care.
Yeah, the whole concept of this promo was that Místico wants a title. He didn't specify wanting the open weight, middleweight title. He said MLW.
Or the one around his waist.
well, he did mention he likes to collect championships.
Yeah,
my one comment from this was Místico. At some point, the camera zooms right in on Aries blatantly saying go back to Mexico or go back to where you came from or go back there because he's a piece of shit and can't hide it, which is what my notes say. Because even a real piece of shit heel would not just fucking say that randomly.
Because you need heel heat, but I'm going to take your word for it.
In his defense, he didn't say it into the mic, but we're all working here, brother. I didn't like that. It seemed too real for me.
Okay. See, you're not the guy. It's still real to you. All I know is
it seemed too real white trash life outside of my fucking front door in Florida sometimes.
I understand.
Not be like upset and want to strangle somebody.
The times are a little bit difficult, but I do think that wrestling
for the record, if I heard a motherfucker say that in public, I'd smack dog shit out of him.
Good. That's what we like to hear. But in wrestling used to ride into the edginess as opposed to avoid the edginess.
Sure.
Anyway, this was the funny thing is with Julio Cesar Romero, not Julio Cesar Chavez, and Místico, they were draping the Mexican flag. They were proud that they had won from Mexico, and this read to me like as the beginning of a joke: an American, a Japanese man, and a Mexican won for Mexico. I mean,
qualify for the World Cup.
They walk into a bar and they say to a rabbi. Anyway, all right. Anyway, next thing we see is the CONTRA Mercs, and they're playing with tech. They're still having trouble with their Panasonic kitchen TVs from 1981.
Their analog VCR DVD combo.
Right, and they're blaming each other for screwing it up. And Doc Gallows is, "What are you talking about? I'm a doc. I know what I'm doing." So it's fun. But basically, whatever it is, they're not worried about the technology because there's a working camera that they can talk into, and they challenge the Skyscrapers to a no-rules title match. So no DQ. They're going to suck the blood out and choke them with their own intestines. That was Shotzi's edition. And Frankenstein Krugger walks in and goes, "Rrr, rrr."
I fuck with Shotzi. She always seems like she's having a great time.
I think she is always having a great time. We're both Shotzi fans. You're Good Brothers fans. I'm a Cruel fan, except that I'm not. The friendship and the betrayal. It stings.
I got a text message this morning. That leads into our next segment. Asking me about who is this Corrine Joy, and I had no idea. I looked her up for 1 second and still had no idea. And then when I watched the show this afternoon, I now could understand why someone was asking me about this, because we got a promo for this girl from TikTok that's going to wrestle on television, apparently.
Right. And so, listen, it's entirely possible I would not know an independent wrestler named Corrine Joy. It's 100% likely I would not know a TikToker with 1 million subscribers, because why would I? But the combination of the two together, I think, would have crossed my radar at some point before. It had not. And then, and we've been noting that MLW is building a women's division. And so this Corrine Joy, who I found her on X and gave a follow, a professional wrestler. I don't know how long she's wrestled. I don't know where she came from or whatever.
Somewhere I looked at her something for her feed for 1 minute to see that she was booked on a show, and seems like she has a lot of followers. And then, two and two together, I don't know the backstory around this or how they found her or vice versa, but if someone's got followers on the internet and your show is exclusively streamed on the internet, get that person to get their followers to watch your show on the internet.
Why not? I mean,
I'm excited to see the difference between the numbers from 2 weeks ago and the numbers when this girl debuts, and to see if it makes a difference and see how much. This is one that we can actually judge on our own. Oh, hello. That she doesn't look like that every day, for the record. So we'll see what happens. This is a good litmus test of
a good litmus test
of viewers.
Yeah, a little Ace Frehley from Kiss with more colors in Technicolor. All right, this is fine. I'm interested in this. The one thing she said that, I mean, listen, it's cute, but I don't know. She said every division needs a diva, and I'm going to be that diva. I mean, it's Scarlett Bordeaux, not a diva.
She tries to do her wrestling thing.
I know, but she looks like a diva, and I understand like she's like more witchy and has the dark side, and all that. But she's a face. And anyway, I'm just saying that arguably there was a diva, but all right, it's I'll give it a pass. We learned that Court Bauer is still in international meetings, and he's working to populate that Opera Cup. He's traveling the world. He's got a private jet. Where's he going? Where's he going next? India? Yes, all the hottest wrestling markets in the world. I hear Germany is big now. I hear Poland, Dominican Republic.
I'll go there for research.
Coop, Brian, why don't they send you as a scout?
I'm scouting right now.
I have been hearing that they're not selling out the shows like they used to, and the only thing I can figure out is that you're not on the cards.
I don't know, brother. Only one can assume.
Footnote: that may be fiction.
I don't know the numbers. I don't know. I haven't asked the office what the numbers are, but
yeah, I don't know.
We got tag team wrestling coming. No women's wrestling this week, which means we can only have one thing if we don't have women's wrestling: tag team wrestling. A trios match and a tag match I'm not mad about because the trios match was so good, and I think this tag match was exactly what it should be.
Okay. This is the Contra J unit. I don't know what the J unit means. Jobber. Okay. Listen.
Bitch, I'll tell you exactly what it means, and you know what it means when you fucking saw these four competitors. I know exactly what was happening.
Okay. Except Okamura is Japanese, and we both know Quan is Korean. And you told me a few weeks ago that somebody needs to be the pin eater, and that's Okamura, and that excused why he's losing right away. And who eats the pin? Our friend, our man, Quan, who absolutely shouldn't be the one eating the pins. Mark Coffey should be eating pins.
He's outweighing this one, man.
What? Huh?
He's underweight. He's a cruiserweight in a heavyweight tag team match. What is he supposed to do?
Martial arts. Miss. Collect scalps.
Listen, he tweeted out today that Big Damo's been nothing but a blessing to work with and an inspiration. So hopefully some of their training pays off next time they're out of the gate.
I'm sure he's right. He also tweeted out something he was happy to see KO, which I just assumed meant Quan and Okamura. So,
oh shit, that's a great tag team name.
Yeah, terrific. Yeah, maybe they should get a guy with R in their name, and they should call themselves RKO. So,
hey, Riddle, where you at?
I don't know. All right, well, they're against the Glasgow
boys. They're thick boys, big boys. I like that the brothers don't team because I don't like brother tag teams.
Yeah, and Joe joins commentary. And listen, he at least mentioned Trevor Lee, who we haven't seen in 4 weeks since he got beat up.
I think these three beat him up in the hallway. Seems like it.
It sure does seem like it. It's just that mercilessly we were hearing about this Southern Crown Championship only for someone to win it, get beat up, and to not see him again for another month and a half.
He wasn't on the Charleston shows, brother, so we got to write him off. Luckily, we got 2 weeks of TV written out and people who were, backlogged on television elsewhere.
Right. Couldn't possibly have him cut a vignette from a hospital bed or something where he's, where he's got like a tube in his mouth so he can't speak.
Who done it?
It was the Manchus. I don't know. They killed Uncle. Anyway, this was heel on heel violence. Both these teams are heels.
This was a nothing squash, unfortunately.
Well, Ref David was in it, so the law and order was kept.
Tag team wrestling is back for now, and I think hopefully we'll have a clear picture of the tag team division in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. The best part of this match was Quan kept yelling, Okamura! And it's like,
you got to talk to him. You got to communicate as a tag team. Rule number one in any relationship.
Exactly. But he had to keep yelling Okamura, which was great. This was fun. You're supposed to talk during the match, and that's good to communicate. The funny thing is, is like, he's Korean. Kushida's Japanese. If they team Kushida with Okamura, they could actually communicate with each other in Japanese.
Spoiler alert. They all speak English.
You told me a couple weeks ago Okamura doesn't speak English.
He doesn't speak great English. Maybe that's what it is. You know, Quan is married to someone who's speaking of Spanish, so maybe they communicate via Spanish.
Quan speaks perfect English. His English is better than mine. Quan has been on our previous show.
I'm aware of the language he speaks, but I don't know. Maybe I know for a fact Okamura speaks Spanish because him and I communicate.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm not even sure that Quan speaks Korean. I don't know that I've even asked him that. But in any event,
I don't want to put his business out there, so I'm not going to speculate either. So
I'm just going to assume he can because they've got to recruit all over the world, and there's an entire peninsula to recruit from. So to get killers and mercs, and who knows who's under those Sentai Death Squad garb.
I tell you who it ain't. It ain't this guy.
And I'm pretty sure you're not the light in NWA either because you're taller than both those guys.
What do you think about this match? Is anything else to comment on?
Hey, we have someone saying, hey, what's going
on? Pipe down.
No, the Aeneid? Okay. You know what I'm upset about, but of course I knew the Glasgow boys on top were supposed to win. I just don't know why you can't bring in local jobbers to lose to, and not Contra, but
the roster's big enough. I'm okay with I would call it a squash. A low-level tag match. Right?
Contra's never been about wins. Contra's been about killing whoever their target is.
And my point that I made about tag team wrestling a few weeks ago is establishing established tag teams. I know I'm kind of using this definition within itself, but a tag, Contra, J Unit, if you want to call them the J Unit, that's fine. Contra itself, those guys every week, you've seen them, running out. Now we got the brothers, so the Irish boys, Glasgow boys, excuse me.
Okay. Well, Rick Bocchini
in the courtyard.
Rick Bocchini, MLW, the official X account
on location.
They noted him as an MLW insider, and I responded insider with question marks. The next time they tweeted, they just said Rick Bocchini. They didn't give him insider. So once again, me influencing things. Anyway, he found the Skyscrapers. We didn't see him find the Skyscrapers, but he reports allegedly that they accept the Good Brothers challenge. That we did see them, and they don't care who it is. We've beaten them every which way but loose, which is true. They've beaten them 100 times. That's been what I've been jaw-jacking about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know which two of us are coming. Josh Bishop goes crazy on Rick Bocchini. Maybe he's nervous for a SummerSlam tryout. I don't know. Maybe it didn't go so well since this was totally in real time. And for whatever reason, the Skyscrapers seem to be mad at Austin Aries, maybe just for being short. I don't know why. They're both heels. Do you have any insight into this? Or maybe they just don't like him either?
I'm not sure if I caught that. I mean, I was listening, but I heard them. Did I overhear that? It's just, wait a second. There's something to go. Hold on. I'm going back in my hot tub time machine, and I'm envisioning all these idiots.
Where's the neuralizer?
Can we reverse my memory? Because a couple weeks ago, hold on, production. A couple weeks ago, there was a big schmoz, some fuckery, and all these people were out there. At some point, I guess Aries was out there shit talking the tall guys.
There you go.
And I'm okay with the callback, but surprisingly, as soon as that segment goes off, much like every week on MLW, when Austin Aries leaves the screen, my brain just, for some reason.
That's right. He was wondering why they were trying to cut in line for the World Championship. Don't they have other things to worry about?
That's your cue. Hit the freaking. Look at that.
All right.
That's what I think about Austin Aries. Clear my brain when he leaves my television screen.
Absolutely. Well, good news, because Rick Bocchini is back with the now redeemed in your eyes LeBron Cozone, and nobody knows who attacked Teddy Long. But when LeBron finds out, it's going to be a sorry day for them. He's going to go one-man APA on their ass.
Yeah, my only notes here were the Skyscrapers down in the courtyard, and LeBron's teeth cut a promo.
They sure did.
Because that's all I could focus on. And I'm not here to discuss. We discussed enough fashion in the first segment.
You have like Roman Reigns' teeth?
I'm not here to discuss dental at all.
You brought it up.
I just had to mention it, man. I'm not going to.
Does Scripps Express King have any offerings on dental?
No dental, brother. You're on your fucking own.
What about painkillers for dental?
Yeah, what a prescription from your doctor. Absolutely.
Oh, there you go.
Use as directed. Riddle and Cross. I wrote confusion promo. There, I was confused what they were confused about because I have no idea what they were talking about, which is much like every conversation I've ever had with Riddle. Riddle keeps hinting that Cross owes him one. Bro, you owe me one, a big one. And Cross apparently is not catching wind on what it is that he owes him.
He is not picking up the thread as Riddle's laying down.
I mean, what exactly does he owe him for? Obviously, he wants another title shot.
Right. Apparently, Riddle training with him and teaching him about the insights of Kojima is going to be exchanged for Cross retaining and Riddle will want a title shot. I don't understand why this was so mysterious to Cross, who is a cerebral man. So obviously, and I don't know why the cameraman focused in on the brick wall behind them and did a tight shot on the bricks.
Just gotta get out of this segment, dude. We gotta get out.
I mean, unless a golem was supposed to come through, or like the thing from Fantastic Four was
we gotta go home.
Yeah, well, maybe that too. Maybe
finally this Hoss match is what I have after 15 minutes of segments and commercials and Don Gatto playing soccer and everything else that could have possibly imagined before this match. And then I understood why they were prolonging the inevitable. This is a Hoss match. I love big meaty men slapping meat as much as the next guy. My specialty, if nothing. A little longer than I would have liked it to be, but let's dive into this. It's a good big guy match. We already talked about Damo's shaved back and giant 3X above the belly button draws.
Yeah.
That's like straight up every girl out and about wearing high waist right now. Up to them titties. Holy shit.
Not flattering. But you was flattering. Krugger coming out with Shotzi. That was flattering.
Shotzi looks like she's having so much fun, and I was so disappointed that she was only out there for the entrance and then kind of just like dwindled into the back because I would have enjoyed more of her on the outside, but obvious fuckery coming. You can't have her in the way.
Right. I mean, I type pandemonium will break out before
for her safety, she was asked to just get the fuck out of there.
Right. And actually, she was in a segment where she was playing a role helping, which was all, of course, part of a well-laid trap by CONTRA scheme.
Sure.
Yeah, but this was your typical irresistible force versus immovable object, and nobody really wanted to move much in this match. There wasn't much movement.
I like it. I'm okay with it. Same old shit. Kind of beat each other up, go to the outside, hit the apron, work back in. Cruel hits his spot, swings that leg, knocks him on the apron, back inside, fight. There were some cool spots here, but like you said, it was very slow. But I don't expect either of these guys to go fast. I thought Damo would have had a little more, I don't know, aggression to him, maybe, or a little more steam. Not steam, as in like he was out of shape, but like I was expecting a little more hard hitting,
more Vader,
more roughhousing, if anything,
more acceleration, more Vader, less King Kong Bundy.
But it's hard when Cruel's 7 foot, 300 pounds. It's hard to. You can't pick him up like you could a normal size human, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, there was one particularly weak looking clothesline to knock Cruel over the top rope out of the ring, and that was very soft. And then, but I guess in tick for tack and in a not well executed move, Cruel tried like a Scott Hall fallaway slam on Damo and almost crushed his own head. Now, in fairness, Cruel's been dead before, so, I guess he doesn't fear death, but...
hey, save those. You might need them one day, brother.
That's right. You don't know how many lives you have, and I don't know how many times Danhausen magic works. So, that was a little bit scary, but there was the, the end of time or the end days choke slam, and basically all of CONTRA ran in. Which was Kwan, Kushida, Okamura.
Yeah, Real CONTRA came to the ring. Sendai was out back on the Good Brothers.
Right.
And
Shotzi went out to help the Good Brothers fend off the Sentai Death Squad. So that's
which led to lights off back in the ring. I'll take this away. We get a fireball in the dark, lights on, Sabu style, to reveal none other than
Joseph Samael. The Serpent is revealed.
He's back. I reported this weeks ago.
Krug
Our
actually
first show,
reported to us
debut
like a
show.
year ago.
That he's been back with the company behind the scenes, so it's not a shock to see him in front of the camera.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think about this? How do you feel? Contra stands tall with its new leader. We have a new direction, and it seems like, per usual, Contra, their only goal is to just destroy MLWs. They don't want to collect titles. They don't want to. They're not here for money. They just want chaos and destruction. So, your thoughts, Jeffrey?
My thoughts are, I mean, one, I don't exactly understand then why they let the Coffee Brothers go. I know in kayfabe, they're both heels and all that, but if you don't care, you don't care, which, again, leads me to believe why you put Contra into that tag match. The other thing is that Kananga, the Caribbean Butcher, was with them here, and when you're advertising Mr. 400,
sure,
and you think that nobody's going to maybe maybe Kananga's the evil twin, and JMO or Jumbo 400 is the good twin. I mean, that could be interesting, I suppose. But that was a little bit fun. But no, I very much like seeing the Contra Army there with the Sentai displaying the flag out there, and Joseph Samael with a very well trimmed beard in a looking evil, and I'm back. So very Jokerish.
Very Jokerish, very old school with that fireball. I had a thought here, but it left my mind, unfortunately.
Hail Contra at the end, and so Contra.
Hail Contra.
There you go.
We're so back. I had a comment here. It's really blanking on me. Let's chat for a minute, and I can tell you what I hated here.
Let's see here. Team to mimic other heroes like House of Torture, Team X.
Oh, you know what I would like to see? I caught my thought. Jumbo 400 or whatever they're going to call him is. I would just love to see him be built up till his debut, and then whoever your monster heel is, whether that be Damo or whoever, just kill him off quickly. Which I liked building up a new character just to have him die merciless, like very quickly at the hands of another menace.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. To the Mets fan, factions are factions and chaos factions are chaos factions, but to put Judgment Day, Contra predates Judgment Day, but the rest are all good points. Yeah, the interesting thing about Contra is that we're not always sure what their goal is, and it's not always consistent, but at some point it is to create destruction and fear, but usually at some point they target the MLW heavyweight title. That's sort of the goal. That's how you run the company. There is no Anita man. I did not blow you a kiss. I blew my wife a kiss who has to leave. But listen, if it helps get fans and likes and subscribes and helps you buy some Blackout coffee and then Dude Wipes using Kevin's promo code and get some Express King scripts, then sure, absolutely. My kisses are, what's that song? Kisses are free. They're barely a touch over free. I'm a cheap whore, as we know. Yeah. You know what I saw this weekend? Hammerstone on NWA.
I love that for him.
Yeah.
He's down here somewhere sometimes.
He beat some dude with the last name Adonis that wasn't Chris Adonis.
The old Miz 2.0.
I guess so, but the guy named Adonis.
Ian Sandow. Whatever his gimmick is.
That's Aaron Stevens. That is a friend of my show. Aaron Stevens is he's
Sandow. Where's he at? That's my guy.
He's in NWA. He's right there. He was in Tampa, a few weeks ago where they did the NWA taping there. Then they were at the 2300 Arena a couple weekends ago.
Heard that wasn't sold out. But hey, shout out to NWA.
Because you weren't on the card.
Well, this was it was an easy show because the wrestling was good. 30 minutes of Místico to start off any show that's only going 60 minutes is good in my eyes. It was good enough. Sam Adonis, former MLW lifer.
No, it's not Sam Adonis. I know who Sam Adonis is. It's Corey Graves' brother, or more importantly, Carbella's brother-in-law. No, it's not Sam Adonis. It's a kid. It's a young guy. He might be 26 years old tops.
Not a kid or whatever.
NWA has a stockpile of young wrestlers. I don't know if any of them are going anywhere. Though I did see someone that she goes by Big Al, Alice Crowley. I like the cut of her jib. She was working with Serena Val, and Paige Collette was like her spokesperson. But this Alice Crowley, I like the cut of her jib. Good look, good size, good promo.
HBK.
I mean, I know we're talking about NWA, but listen, if somebody can work for NWA, chances are MLW at some point can pluck them into their universe as well.
Sure.
Budgetarily, I would say simpatico.
The round robin of ladies, which there was a commercial for, which I wonder where the TikTok girl fits into that.
I don't know. We're going to find out soon.
I hope they just fucking feed her to Zamira and she just dies immediately.
It could be.
I use that. That's my idea now for everyone. So I don't know if we can use it twice.
What's the idea?
She just gets murdered by Zamira the first minute in, and
oh my
goes
God,
viral for getting killed in 6 seconds.
I'm okay with that. I would have liked to have seen some more of Lady Frost. I mean, after so much build, but
she's coming back.
I guess she probably wasn't on the Charleston show either.
Either was I, brother.
I know. Which is, these are all things that make me sad. But maybe they should have done the Lady Frost vignettes every other week instead of every other week, and have these gaps. Again, these are free suggestions to keep your TV continuous, but don't let things get forgotten. It cooled off. Okay.
Well, until next week.
Well, maybe it warmed up. That's why Lady Frost couldn't be there. I mean, if it cooled off, she'd be fine. She doesn't like the heat. It brings the cold.
Next week we get a world title match. I hope that takes up more than 2/3 of this episode next week. It will be very easy to watch. We get Cross versus Kojima. The world title.
I got the DM to, and he responded.
He'll respond to anything on the internet. It's crazy.
He's so nice. He wished me much happiness.
I wonder what that translates from. All right, keep watching. Like, subscribe, review. Number 1 MLW show in the world.
Absolutely.
Top 2, it ain't number 2. There might not be number 2, but there's no number 2.
Not DOUKI. Number 1. Not DOUKI.
Not DOUKI. Despite being a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Not DOUKI.
Right. Well, where can they find you totally not DOUKI?
I don't know. Mocha Trap's out and about somewhere. Here every Monday, 6:00 until this runs its course. I'll be in Iowa next week. Anyone in the Field of Dreams or Iowa State Fair area, hit me up. We'll hang. I'm not joking.
I don't know who that's going out to. Who you think is going to?
There's a big community, a wrestling community in Iowa.
Okay, so you actually want to hang out with people?
No, I just said where I was going to be. If you want to come fight me, catch me outside. How about that?
If you want to come fight you?
I mean, I don't know. Whoever, if you want to show up wherever I'm at for whatever reason, that's where I'll be. Reach out. We can coincide. If there's like something Deep Friday you need to check out at the fair, send me a fucking link so I can be there.
You heard it. Open invitation to our thousands and thousands and thousands of fans to go see Mocha Traps. Maybe Seth and Becky will be there with, what's their kid's name? Rose? Something?
Yeah, I wonder what part of Iowa their school's in.
It's got to be near Des Moines.
Yeah, but Des Moines and Davenport are like not the same thing from what I understand. I've been told there's 2 different places, but they might be within 2 hours of each other. There's nothing. It's just nothing. It's nothing.
Davenport's one of the quad cities. That I know. It's where like Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, and something else meet.
I will not be leaving my hotel after dark for safety reasons.
Des Moines is more central Iowa, I believe, but I don't think it's terribly far from Davenport's like on, I think, the northwest.
I'll be fine. Luckily, my good friends have hooked me up with field access before the game because you and I have a mutual friend that happens to know someone in the groundskeeping industry on the big leagues level. So we're cashing out favors.
Wow. Do I have a picture with him while wearing this Contra shirt?
No, but you've met his lady. His lady's one of my ladies.
Oh, okay. I got it. It's the guy that the court wants assassinated instead of him.
Hey, you're saying too much. You're just exposed. You're gonna make me lose my sources.
Sorry. It's just
sources.
Like Gianna Capri. By the way, Gianna, if you ever want to come on this show, you're more than welcome because you're saucy.
I'll be back next week. Until I'm not back next week, I'm sorry for taking that phone call this week, but
it's all right. I'm sure
everybody, we're out. Follow Jeff. Thanks to our entire production team. Thanks to Jedi Sports Media. for hosting us and keeping us in business, and paying my car insurance or whatever my contract is paying me or not. Somebody should contact me. Goodbye. Shut the stream down.
In Iowa. They'll meet you in Iowa. They'll talk 2 terms there.